There are news stories that don't need fireworks or loud headlines. Sometimes, just the name involved is enough to make an entire city stop and listen. And that's exactly what happened in Philadelphia. When this Eagles news broke, the atmosphere around the NovaCare complex, the bars, and even the streets near Lincoln Financial Field changed instantly. The reason? A name that carries weight, history, and battle scars. A name that defines the true spirit of Philly. After months of silence, of official retirement, and of what everyone thought was the end of an incredible journey, Brandon Graham's officially back with the Philadelphia Eagles. But what no one knew, until now, are the details behind this comeback. The contract, the motivation, and most importantly, when the legendary number 55 will finally step on the field again. It was NFL Network's Ian Rappaport who broke the story. According to him, Graham's new deal is a one-year contract worth around $4.9 million. He'll earn $2.44 million in salary, plus a $1.67 million signing bonus. But here's the thing. Even with all the money involved, it's obvious this move isn't about dollars. It's about legacy. Graham walked away after the 2024 season, following 2 torn pectoral muscles, one of which happened during the Super Bowl LAX win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 40-22. Even injured, he was a key part of that victory, the kind of player who doesn't need stats to prove his worth. When the clock hit 0, everyone thought that was it, that Philly's warrior had given his last snap. But as Graham himself said, "I knew I wasn't done yet." Since announcing his retirement, he stayed busy. Podcast, NFL Network appearances, training session. But one thing changed everything. The sudden retirement of Zadarius Smith. Suddenly, the Eagles had a gap to fill on defense, and Howie Roseman knew exactly who to call. Howie picked up the phone, and this time, Graham didn't say no. On his Unblocked podcast, Graham explained that this comeback wasn't an impulse decision. He prayed about it. He talked with his family. He said he didn't want to return just for comfort. He wanted to return with purpose. And when the Eagles reached out, he knew that was the sign he'd been waiting for. "I feel like I've got a brand new arm. Rehab was tough, but I feel refreshed. I'm happy, light, and ready to enjoy every second of this." On Wednesday, he officially returned to practice, and that same big smile was back. The same one from when he was drafted back in 2010. 15 seasons, 2 Super Bowls, over 200 games, 76 sacks, and countless iconic moments later. There he was again, wearing green like he never left. His teammates cheered. The fans watching practice applauded, and you could feel it. Something special was happening. But then came the question that every Philadelphia Eagles fan is asking right now. When will Brandon Graham actually play? The team faces the New York Giants this Sunday, the same team that rushed for more than 170 yards and 3 touchdowns with Cam Scatterbo in their last meeting. It's exactly the kind of matchup where Graham's experience could make all the difference. But he was honest. "We'll see," he said. "I'll let the coaches decide. I'm just here to lift the team up, keep the energy high, and make sure everybody stays ready." Still, he couldn't help but grin when asked how close he was to returning. "Honestly, I don't feel far away. I've been training like I'm in camp for the past 2 or 3 months. Now it's just about putting the helmet on and talking a little trash again." He laughed. Classic Brandon Graham. The truth is, this comeback means more than numbers or playing time. It's symbolic. It's the kind of story that could only happen in Philadelphia, a city that values grit, loyalty, and heart more than stats. Graham is all of that. Even at 37, he represents everything that makes the Eagles fly high. Resilience, passion, and that never-die attitude that defines this franchise. Howie Roseman knows that beyond his on-field impact, Graham brings something money can't buy: leadership. He's the kind of guy who walks into the locker room and instantly changes the vibe. He reminds the young players that wearing green isn't just an honor, it's a responsibility. And in a season where the Eagles are still searching for balance between offense and defense, that presence could be the spark they need. Because if there's one thing this city has learned, it's this: never doubt a veteran who bleeds green. Brandon Graham is back, not for nostalgia, but because he still feels there's more left to give. So now the question for every fan out there is simple. Do you believe he still has enough to make an impact for this defense? Or do you think this comeback is more symbolic than practical? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Leave a like if this story hit you in the heart, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notification, because if there's one guy who can surprise everyone all over again, it's Brandon Graham. Fly, Eagles, fly.